Hi guys, jacosauer from Battle Bros here. So we are in the middle of February, and we all know what that means. We are coming that much closer to March and the release of the first DLC, They Shall Not Pass. I wanted to make this quick video to have an overview of what we can expect from the DLC. So looking at the Battlefield website, the first thing you see is the following sentence. The hardened veterans of the French army make a stand in a brutal defense of their homeland. Now that sounds very exciting. Obviously there are some other features mentioned as well, specifically around the new game mode called Frontlines. There are also a couple of new maps mentioned, 4 in actual fact. There is some new weapons and of course a whole new look for the army. And then of course there's a couple of interesting tanks and also a new behemoth. This is all very exciting, and on top of all of that there is also a new elite class, a new stationary weapon and some new operations added. There are 2 new operations and we'll talk a little bit about them as well. But now let's talk about the new maps. And the first one I want to talk about is the map called Verdun Heights. So the description on the page says the following. The opening barrage of the Battle of Verdun created massive forest fires in which players will fight for domination. This is an uphill battle towards a massive fortress of Verdun. It looks like this could be quite an interesting map, with some forest fires, debris everywhere. It seems to have quite a bit of smoke. It also looks like a possible map for one of the new operations that will be in the game. The next map is Fort de Vaux. The description reads as follows. The first big engagement inside a fort during World War I takes place in the dark underworld of Fort Verdun. Down in the maze of dark galleries and wet stone corridors, French and Germans fight ferociously with grenades, guns, bayonets and flamethrowers. Watch your corners. It looks like this can be a close quarters map, and for those of you who would like close quarters engagement, this will most probably be a map of choice. Moving on to the next map, Soissons. The description says, take part in one of the biggest tank assaults of World War I. The French 10th Army moves to take back Soissons using their powerful Saint-Gamond tank. Planes, tanks and infantry clash in the beautiful French countryside in the early hours of a hot summer's day. Only the thunderstorm is louder than the war. Looking at the graphic provided, it looks like a beautiful scene, but as mentioned in the description, there's a possibility of a thunderstorm and some other weather changes that we may or may not have seen before. We'll just have to wait and see. Now on to the last map, Rapture. The description reads, in dire need to capture key bridges across the Aisne River, the French find themselves back into battlefields where poppies grow over a rusty wreck from previous tank battles. It seems calm, but the maze of steel beasts provides an excellent place for those who want to plan an ambush. As the sun sets over Fontenay, the battle wakes up. It seems very colorful. I think this is going to be an interesting map. So there we go guys, that's the 4 new maps. And I must say, they all look pretty exciting to me, and I can't wait to play on them. Obviously, everybody will have their favorite, and I know I certainly have mine. So let's get on to some of the other features. The first thing that I want to talk about is obviously the new behemoth, called the Char 2C tank. Spawn into the Char 2C tank and control an epic new behemoth. Based on the real-world French tank, the super heavy beast may turn the tide of the war. I guess my only question at this point is exactly how many people will be able to get into it. Will it be 4? Will it be 6? Maybe more? Nonetheless, I can't wait to play with it. Another new tank in the game is a new assault tank called the Saint-Gamond. The Saint-Gamond was the most heavily armed allied tank of the war, dominating the battlefield with this impressive French construction. Now this thing looks really interesting. Bit of a weird turret though. I'm also wondering how many people will be able to fit in here. Maybe a 4-seater, maybe a 6. We'll probably have to wait and see. Excited nonetheless. We of course also have a new elite class called the Trench Raider Elite class. The description here says, use the melee skill of the new elite class, the Trench Raider, with the brutal Raider Club and impressive grenade arsenal. You will be a terrifying sight. Now looking at the actual graphic provided, it does actually look quite terrifying to be honest, and that club that he has over his shoulder, man, looks like it can really hurt. Now of course it also stands to reason that if there's new melee weapons for the elite class, that we also might see some other new elite weapons for normal players. Moving on to the stationary weapon. The new stationary weapon is similar to a field gun. It is called the Siege Howitzer, and the description reads as follows. Similar to a field gun, the Siege Howitzer can be operated by an infantry player. The new stationary weapon is operated through indirect aiming / firing in the same way as that you would use a mortar. Now this is interesting, and to be honest, looking at the graphic, it simply looks like a huge overpowered mortar, and I know some players that would actually love that. In actual fact, I think there's this one specific player that I know is going to love it. Right, pumping lead? Then there will also be 2 new operations. Unfortunately, we don't have too much information on what these operations will be, how they will work, or exactly what setting they will have. We unfortunately only have the 2 names, the Devil's Anvil and Beyond the Main. At this stage, I guess that's exciting as well. I can certainly tell you that I'm looking forward to this. I love operations. High scoring games, man. So there we go, guys. That was my quick and dirty on the up and coming DLC, They Shall Not Pass. It's coming in March, and of course if you are of premium, you will have 2 weeks early access. Definitely, I can't wait for this one. If you like this video and you find the information useful, please leave us a thumbs up or thumbs down, or leave a comment down below in the comment section. Also, if you would like to be informed on future gaming news, please subscribe to our channel. jacosauer signing off. See you on the battlefield.
Behind every gun sight is a human being. We are those people.
Promise me that you'll get me back in one piece.
Okay, I promise.
Come on!
You may find you're out there all alone. You know that.
You can never stop the progress of machines!